You got one screw turn, and two screw turns, and...
Rick and Morty is one of the most popular TV series amongst millennials. It is not surprising. This show is an absurdist animated series. It's part of a long tradition of animated subversion, pushing the boundaries of what animated TV can do.
Yes, I'd like to order one large sofa chair with extra chair, please.
High chair. No. Recliner.
It's not just the sharp humor and how it blends different styles. It's also how the show tackles big existential questions through the lens of absurdism. What does that mean? Well, at its heart, Rick and Morty is all about shaking up the usual narratives. It embraces the chaos and randomness of life, showing us a universe where our significance is pretty much, well, non-existent.
Oh boy, what? Oh my god, no!
But instead of getting all gloomy about it, the show finds humor in the madness. So, how Rick and Morty brilliantly showcases the concept of absurdism. If you're not familiar, absurdism is the idea that the universe has no inherent meaning, and our attempts to find meaning are pretty much pointless because the universe is chaotic and indifferent. This clash between our need for meaning and the universe's indifference is what we call the absurd. Albert Camus, a big name in absurdism, dives into this in The Myth of Sisyphus. Sisyphus, who's cursed to push a boulder uphill only to watch it roll back down every time, represents our struggle against absurdity. Camus believes that Sisyphus finds happiness by accepting his fate and embracing the struggle. This suggests we can find contentment by acknowledging life's absurdity and living authentically despite it. Then we've got Jean-Paul Sartre, another heavyweight in existentialism, who talks about absurdity through freedom and responsibility. In Being and Nothingness, Sartre says we aren't born with a set purpose, but must create our own meaning through our choices. He warns against bad faith, which is deceiving ourselves into believing in externally imposed meanings. This ties into the absurdist idea that we need to accept our freedom to define our lives. Friedrich Nietzsche's ideas also fit with absurdism. His famous "God is dead" statement highlights the collapse of traditional values, pushing us to create our own purpose. This really mirrors the absurdist challenge of finding meaning in a world that seems, well, kinda purposeless. Rick and Morty weaves this idea into every episode. Central to Rick and Morty's exploration of absurdism is its portrayal of a universe that couldn't care less about human concerns or aspirations. We see alternate realities ruled by fascist regimes and encounters with multidimensional beings with incomprehensible power. The show constantly challenges traditional notions of order and purpose.
I turned myself into a pickle, Morty! Boom! Big reveal, I'm a pickle. What do you think about that? What are you just staring at me for, bro? I turned myself into a pickle, Morty. And? What more do you want tacked onto this? I hear something that's never happened before. I'm a pickle! I'm Pickle Rick!
Through Rick's cynical outlook and Morty's reluctant acceptance of their crazy circumstances, we're exposed to a story that revels in the absurdity of existence, while questioning the very foundations of human existence. And as the series goes on, Rick and Morty not only embraces absurdism, but also critiques it through how the characters respond to their crazy situations. Rick's relentless pursuit of scientific knowledge and his hedonistic lifestyle, those are his ways of dealing with the existential void, showcasing his nihilistic tendencies. On the other hand, Morty, poor guy, often struggles with existential dread, always searching for meaning in a universe where there seems to be none, which kinda represents the human desire for purpose amid all this chaos.
Happiness is a trap. It can't last forever. Let's say you meet the love of your life. Well, it's still gonna end. It's inevitable, whether by the slow pull of a disease or the shock of loose footing on a hiking trail. The point is, happiness always ends. Best case scenario, think about this. Best case is that you die at the same time.
In Rick and Morty, these themes really come to life through Rick Sanchez. Rick is this brilliant but deeply troubled scientist who's all about relentlessly pursuing knowledge and pleasure in a universe that, well, has no inherent meaning. Rick's character totally critiques societal norms, pushing us to question our own ideas of purpose and fulfillment in a cosmos that seems, pretty indifferent to human efforts. By rejecting traditional sources of meaning and confronting the chaotic nature of existence, Rick mirrors the existential struggles discussed by Camus, Sartre, Nietzsche, and Nagel.
It's fine. Everything is fine. There's an infinite number of realities, Morty. And in a few dozen of those, I got lucky and turned everything back to normal.
What about the reality we left behind?
What about the reality where Hitler cured cancer, Morty? The answer is don't think about it.
Rick Sanchez is like Sisyphus with his defiant embrace of the absurd. His universe is one where traditional notions of meaning and morality are constantly turned upside down. He navigates this infinite multiverse, where any search for absolute truth or purpose is just pointless because of the sheer vastness and randomness of reality. Yet, Rick doesn't give in to despair. Instead, he confronts the absurdity of existence head-on, embracing it with this mix of cynical humor and intellectual boldness.
What is my purpose?
You pass butter.
Oh my god.
Yeah, welcome to the club, pal.
Rick's character is all about his relentless pursuit of knowledge and pleasure, not because he believes in their inherent value, but as acts of defiance against the indifferent cosmos. His scientific brilliance and hedonistic tendencies are, like, his way of rejecting the universe's lack of inherent meaning. By diving into these pursuits, Rick creates his own sense of purpose, kind of like Sisyphus's act of rebellion. Moreover, Rick's interactions with other characters often highlight his philosophical outlook. He frequently dismisses conventional moral and societal norms, showing them as constructs that fail to provide genuine meaning in an absurd universe. His often nihilistic worldview challenges the idea that life's meaning can be found within these structures. Yet, in his darker moments, Rick reveals an awareness of the futility of his actions, adding depth to his character as he swings between defiance and existential weariness.
Please, God, if there's a help, please be merciful to me. Yes, I did it! There is no God in your face! One dot, Yeah!
On the flip side, we have Morty Smith, Rick's earnest grandson, who, well, kinda acts as a mirror to our own existential anxieties. Through their wild escapades, Morty faces the insignificance of his existence in a chaotic multiverse, all orchestrated by his grandfather. Morty's reactions swing between naive idealism and deep introspection, reflecting the universal struggle to find meaning in a world full of randomness and uncertainty.
Whoa, where am I?
55
what in the hell?
years. Not bad, Morty. You kind of wasted your 30s, though, with that whole bird-watching phase.
Where's my wife?
Morty, you were just playing a game. It's called Roy. Snap out of it. Come on.
And it's not just Rick and Morty dealing with these heavy themes. The supporting cast has their own existential dilemmas, too. Beth is on a quest for validation and autonomy. Summer is trying to figure out her identity amidst societal pressures, and Jerry is searching for purpose in a world where he often feels out of place. Each character's journey highlights the show's deep dive into existential angst and vulnerability, inviting us to reflect on our own struggles with meaning and identity. So, in essence, Rick and Morty's commitment to absurdism is both philosophical and narrative, shaping its storytelling and character development.
Honestly, I'm proud of us for not.
Totally. Would have been cheap.
Yeah, real low-hanging fruit. And we're better than that. Pearl Harbor, on the other hand.
Yeah, I think that's inbound.
I am the god of death.
Should have been a better species.
By throwing the absurdity of life's uncertainties and the arbitrary nature of existence in our faces, the series invites us to reflect and laugh at the same time. With its unique mix of dark humor and deep questions, Rick and Morty dives into how absurdism shows up in contemporary culture, challenging us to confront the inherent absurdity of our own lives.
Oh, so you like being alive. So why the f*** are you back here?
After you left, I thought about what you said and how much I needed to hear it. But then I thought about why you were saying it, who you were really saying it to. You need the same thing I needed, Rick. You need someone to give you permission to live.
Through these character explorations, Rick and Morty encourages us to confront the complexities of the human condition. The show's blend of humor and deep philosophical questions pushes us to rethink our place in the universe and the pursuit of significance in a cosmos that, honestly, doesn't give easy answers. By navigating these existential waters with wit and insight, Rick and Morty goes way beyond your typical animated show, making us think and reflect on our universal quest for purpose amidst cosmic indifference.
guy. Congrats, Tony. Have fun with your stupid toilet that you get to use all by yourself now. Enjoy using it all by yourself while you sit there and think about how nobody wants to be around you and how you ruined it for yourself because you're a huge piece of shit. Look at you sitting there, king shit on his throne of loneliness. Enjoy this toilet with 1,000 of me screaming every time you take a shit.
As we journey through the series, we uncover more than just a cartoon character. We discover a profound exploration of existentialism and absurdism. In the chaotic dance of galaxies and existential crises, Rick embodies the spirit of absurdism, a philosophy that challenges us to find meaning in a universe that offers none. Albert Camus once wondered why Sisyphus, who was doomed to endlessly roll a boulder up a hill only for it to roll back down, could find happiness. Camus concluded that Sisyphus finds purpose and defiance in his struggle against the absurdity of his fate. Similarly, Rick Sanchez, with his irreverent wit and relentless pursuit of pleasure and knowledge, confronts the cosmic indifference with defiant laughter. Rick's journey isn't about finding answers or achieving some grand cosmic significance. It's about embracing the absurdity of existence and finding freedom in defiance. Just like Sisyphus, Rick finds joy in rebelling against a universe that denies meaning, choosing to live authentically amidst all the chaos.
Because I don't respect therapy, because I'm a scientist, and when I don't like something about the world, I change it. I think it's helped a lot of people get comfortable and stop panicking, which is a state of mind we value in the animals we eat, but not something I want for myself. I'm not a cow. I'm a pickle.
In the big picture of Rick and Morty, we're reminded that life's meaninglessness doesn't doom us to despair. Instead, it invites us to carve our own path, find humor in uncertainty, and embrace the absurdity of our existence. Rick Sanchez, with his unapologetic defiance and relentless quest for freedom, becomes a beacon of hope in a universe that often seems indifferent. So, when we think about Rick's cosmic adventures and philosophical musings, let's remember that amidst the chaos, there's an opportunity to laugh, to rebel, and to find meaning in the sheer absurdity of being alive. In the end, perhaps the biggest lesson Rick Sanchez teaches us is that happiness, like meaning, is not found but created.
And every morning, Summer, I eat breakfast 20 yards away from my own rotting corpse.
So, you're not my brother?
I'm better than your brother. I'm a version of your brother you can trust when he says don't run. Nobody exists on purpose. Nobody belongs anywhere. Everybody's gonna die. Come watch TV.